This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, at least they avoided the shutout, right? They got a run, and that ended the streak of what would have been 8 games since the Rangers hit a home run, 281 at-bats, and it would have been back-to-back games without a run, but they do get one on a Josh Smith solo home run in the top of the 9th. Unfortunately, though, the Rangers do not get the win. They are blown out at home by the first place Seattle Mariners by the final of 13-1. And here we go. Welcome into the Rangers POSTCAST, your team every day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That's where you'll find the great work every day of Bryce Paterick. We had some comments after the game yesterday about maybe Bryce or I giving a pep talk or a clubhouse speech to the team to get them fired up. If you get a chance to watch Bryce's show from last night or this morning, I thought Bryce went on a pretty epic tirade, and so I don't need to I can't add much more than to what Bryce said, and everything that he said was right on. Kind of out of words at this point. The only thing I'll say is, I mean, the big takeaway, this was embarrassing. I think this loss was even worse than yesterday's, even though they got the run late and they avoided the shutout. But I mean, they look really, really bad, and it is really, really ugly right now, to say the least. And I said this yesterday, and after kind of thinking about it, it's like, you know, you've heard the phrase kick somebody when they're down, right? Well, I mean, the Rangers are down and they're like in the fetal position right now. I mean, I'm not going to kick them anymore. I made the comment, look, I think we all agreed, we all believed in this team coming into the season. The pitching has been great, lights out. I think better than we could have hoped for or expected, for sure. And now, look, these guys were World Series champions, less than 2 years ago. So, yeah, they had a rough year last year, but, as hard as it is to be a champion, there is also something kind of cool, something kind of special when you do become a champion, and nobody can take that away. And when you achieve that as a player, there's something special, something unique. I mean, you put yourself in a special group or category. And so, these guys have all been winners. These guys have all been champions. These guys have been, the last team standing at the end of the season. So, look, at this point, we saw the move before the game, or it actually was announced, kind of broke a couple hours after we did our show, but they sent Jake Berger down because he's really the only guy that has options left, right? But it was a move to not only help him, but also, I think, send a message to the rest of the team, like, okay, we're not gonna tolerate this. This is a wake up call. This is this has got to change, right? But barring some kind of a blockbuster trade, which is probably unlikely, the Rangers, the cavalry is not coming. The cavalry is cavalry, not Calvary. It was Easter. The cavalry is inside the clubhouse. So what I mean by that is, this is on the players. I mean, you can say this, you can say that, but these guys are professional hitters. They get paid very well. This is not little league. This is not t-ball. I mean, these guys are grown men. They're paid professional athletes, and they need to do better. And they need to, collectively, but also individually, they need to have a little meeting with themselves, shake themselves, as my good friend Rex Hudler would say, and, come back at it, get after it tomorrow, and start hitting and be better. I mean, I'm not trying to be cute. I'm not trying to be, silly or oversimplify, but, like I said, I at the end of the day, these guys are going to have to, if they want to be champions, and if they want to win it again, and they want to get to the postseason and, go on a run and all those things, they're going to have to figure it out amongst themselves, and each player is going to have to turn it around and find it themselves and do better. That's it. All right. We got a lot of you that want to jump in via the comment crew. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first,
this is what you'll be talking about.
Well, again, obviously, the story again in this one, another rough night for the Rangers offense. 1 run on 3 hits, with 2 of the hits in the home run coming in the 9th inning when the game was already lost. Jonah Heim had the 1 hit in the 5th. Before that, the Rangers had only a total of 3 balls hit to the outfield before the 2 hits in the 9th. That's just not acceptable. I felt bad for Blaine Krim, who made his major league debut, ended up striking out twice and grounding out, going 0 for 3. Not the debut that I think he was hoping for or the team was hoping for. But again, I mean, everybody other than Josh Smith and Jonah and Wyatt, everybody looked really, really bad tonight. So again, game 2 tomorrow. Got to come back out tomorrow night. Hopefully Corey Seager will be back tomorrow night. I think the plan is to let him come back and maybe DH for a little bit while he gets that hamstring back to 100%. But maybe hopefully Corey will kind of give a boost and a spark to the offense when he returns, hopefully tomorrow. And then for Jack Leiter, I mean, I thought he pitched pretty well, all things considered, through 4 innings. I mean, look, the Mariners are red hot right now. I mean, they're one of the the top offensive teams in the American League, one of the top teams in the American League, period. They're all swinging the bat right now. Cal Raleigh is having a monster season. And so to Jack's credit, I thought the beginning of the game, I mean, he was like 0-2 to everybody. I mean, 0-2. Got, had to work a little bit, but got out of it, gave up the solo home run in the 4th inning. And then the big play, the turning point of the game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, it was the 5th inning grand slam by Cal Raleigh. I mean, that was it. The game was over at that point. And if that wasn't bad enough, Jacob Latz came in and could not stop the bleeding. He ended up giving up 3 more runs, and it was 6-0, 7-0, and then 8-0 after 5 innings. The Mariners would get 2 more in the 6th, and then 3 more in the 9th off of Barnhart. And I've said this before, and I'm not going to go on a big rant here, but all due respect, and I have all the respect in the world for Bruce Bochy, but I just cannot stand when position players pitch. I would not do it. That's me. Maybe that's why I'm here, and I'm not in baseball, but I just think it's an insult to the game. It's an insult to the players, and I mean, this is the big leagues, and you just don't. I just think it's a disgrace to the game. That's just me. That's just how I feel. Doesn't matter. It wasn't going to make a difference, and the game is over. And 13-1 is the final. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, want to get to your comments via the comment crew. That is coming up next. This is the Rangers Postcast. All right. We've been talking about what they're doing over at Amazon. And did you know your Fire TV is also an Xbox? That's right. You can turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console required. You just grab your paired controller, subscribe or sign in to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you are ready to go. Dive into hundreds of premium titles, including EA Sports College Football 25 to Call of Duty, as easily as you stream your favorite shows. So here's the cool thing. In addition to that, right, if you already have a console, a Fire TV Stick 4K device is more affordable and easier to travel with, allowing you to take your kids games wherever you play and wherever you plug in. And if you currently stream all of your content that you watch, I mean, how much smoother is it and can it be with a faster 4K ready streaming stick? So head to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available, I should say, on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K second gen, Fire TV Stick 4K Max first and second gen, and Fire TV Cube third gen. Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the Rangers Postcast. The Rangers get slammed by the Seattle Mariners. The first place, Seattle Mariners, 13-1. The Rangers have lost 3 in a row, 6 of 7, and 8 of their last 10 games. And they have, in a blink of an eye, gone from one of the top records in the American League now to 4 games behind the first place Mariners. All right, let's get to the comments. Paul Wilson jumps in first, says, tuned out after the granny. Nothing to say, but want to support the postcast. Thank you for that, Paul. Keep it up. Repeat after me. It's a long season. Things will improve. Texas Hobby Ben says, I stopped watching after the Grand Slam 2. Agreed with Paul Wilson. We can't be this bad forever, but man, does it hurt right now. John Crabtree says this team really sucks. There's no defending the team. What else can you say? Okay, can't argue with that. Isaac Harlan says at least they broke the home run drought, but right now it is just hard to watch. I can't even watch the whole game anymore. I just can't handle it. Sucks to suck, but I will always be a Rangers fan. Here we go. Old Passum says, I'm about a week away from canceling my Victory Plus subscription if nothing changes. Now, are you talking about the team, the Rangers play, or the commercials? That's an inside joke. For those of you that watch the Ranger games like I do and Old Passum does on Victory Plus, it's I'm just gonna stop there. I'll leave it at that. Texas Hobby Ben says I could agree with that view of position players pitching. Okay. Thank you. I just don't, you know what? I don't respect it. I mean, look, pitchers are supposed to pitch, and that's just dishonoring the game. And I know it's 10-0, but I mean, to be in the 8th inning and say that's it, we have no chance of rallying or getting something going, or I just don't, that I just, like, to me that's like saying in football, don't tackle, or I just don't, I just don't like that mentality. I don't like the, quit mentality. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody there that in the bullpen that could use some work, that could do better. But I think just throwing out a position player, it's an insult to the game, to the history of the game, just to the sport itself. It's a bad look for the position player. It's a bad look for your team, and I just don't. I don't like it, and I don't respect it. I just don't. Ethan Cantu says, I hope they get better over the next few weeks. What else do we got here? I get this pop-up right as I'm reading these. Okay, pop-up, go away. We got you. Go on now. Literally, I'm trying to close this. Hang on. As we go live. There we go. It's gone. Okay. Kurt Thornton says, the Mariners, the new bully on the block. And Cricket says, Brian Wu stole about 1,000 first pitch strikes tonight at all heaters. Yep, no doubt. He did a really good job with his command, but also did a really good job. His slider was really good. He was around the plate. And I mean, the way that the Rangers are swinging the bat right now, I mean, they're just completely backwards and inside out. They don't know whether to swing right away or try to take a pitch. I mean, they have no idea right now. I mean, and I shouldn't say they don't know what they're doing. That's an insult. A better way to say it is, it's all in their head right now. I mean, everybody, you can see it. Everybody on the team is stepping into the batter's box, trying to end it and turn this around with one swing, and it's not gonna happen like that. So maybe, again, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, they're gonna have a day off, and then they're gonna fly to Boston. Maybe a road trip to Fenway will get the team going again. I don't know. I mean, the one thing, the two things I'm holding on to is, like others have said, I mean, this team is not this bad. These guys are much better, right? And the other thing is that I would much rather have this kind of horrific slump now than late in the year. And, the other thing too is, baseball is weird. Like I said, I mean, the Rangers came into this season, and I've said this before, and you see this happen every year in Major League Baseball. There are a handful of teams that are expected to win, and expected to win a lot and big and to dominate. And for whatever reason, more often than not, those teams end up struggling. And what happens is you get, a team like Seattle, where they've been horrific offensively for years, and then all of a sudden, no pressure, nobody's picking them, everybody's kind of written them off. They're not even supposed to contend, and they get off to a good start, right? And they're loose and they're hitting, and that that they feed off of that, and that grows in a good way. Like with what the Rangers are doing has avalanched in a bad way, where it's gone the other way for the Mariners. And then all of a sudden, you're into May, and then you get to June, and you're in first place and you're rolling. And that's what I always say. It, like, as great as 2023 was, it doesn't matter. It's what you do now, and it's what you do this season. And so it's all about the season. And for the Mariners, it doesn't matter what they did last season or the season before or in 2022. And so, maybe with this Rangers team, maybe they'll be in this funk, and they'll be kind of out of it, and everybody will write them off and say that they're done. And then all of a sudden, maybe they'll, when they kind of hit rock bottom in that way, then maybe that will bring them back to life. We'll see. Mariner Pilled says, you all think Cal is the best catcher in baseball? And he also talks about the Edgar Martinez hitting coach effect. And then Cricket says, Cal is going to be a problem for us for a while. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he is the best catcher in baseball right now, or at least one of them for sure. And he is having a monster season and playing great. Yeah, I mean, you can't, there's no other way to say it. And, the tough thing is Jack Leiter threw that curve on the first home run that he hit out. The next at bat, with the bases loaded, he threw a really good curve that was really, really down, and Cal swung at it and missed. And he tried to go back and do it again, tried to throw another curve, and Raleigh just crushed it, hit it out for the grand slam, and that was it. But those are little things, little things you have to learn, little things you have to go through, little things as a pitcher that you have to learn about yourself, about how to handle that, and how to throw it, and what to do and what not to do. And that's part of it too. It's not easy, for sure. But hey, tomorrow, huge game. Patrick Corbin has been one of the many pleasant surprises for this Rangers pitching staff, and hopefully he can stop it, and hopefully the Rangers can get some runs and maybe get out to an early lead and kind of take some of the pressure off. One more comment. Laura Berry says, seems they don't learn much about hitting strategies from their big win a few days ago. No, and I made the comment, they brought over Justin Veely from the Giants during the off season, and it's always kind of tough when you have a good veteran hitting team like the Rangers, and you bring in a new kind of younger coach. I don't know. They might need a different voice, or they might need, I'm not saying that they need to get rid of him, but they might need something from Bruce, maybe something from the outside, somebody to kind of help them see things differently, because right now, like I said, they're completely inside out, and their approach is just, I mean, it's all in their heads, and they need a way out. And so we'll see. All right. Hey, I could keep talking. Hey, thank you. But I'm so grateful that you guys have been a part of the show. Thank you for jumping in and being a part of it. Really do appreciate it. Love being a part of this journey with you guys. And hey, win or lose, we're going to be here. And, the good news is we'll be here when things turn around, and they will. It'll happen. But tough one tonight. The Rangers fall to the Mariners 13-1. Game 2 is tomorrow night. I will talk to you late tomorrow night. Enjoy your day tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow will bring an end to the streak and put the Rangers back into the win column. This has been the Rangers Postcast.